And so it's very hard to make generalizations in this space, and we have to really be guided by listening to what people have to say, as the last speaker made that point. But we also have to look at this at the very highest political level, and we are in this committee and in this Parliament to make whatever contributions we can. And I have to say it's disappointing that the joint motion for resolution that is before the mini plenary here in Brussels tomorrow and the day after has very little reference to the food insecurity crisis that is inevitable in the developing world. And it's down to us as MEPs in this committee to use this position that we have to make sure that the development agenda is much higher up the list of priorities. The joint motion for resolution on food security tomorrow before the Parliament is all about Europe and Ukraine, and that's appropriate. But there is, for example, Lebanon has a 70% reliance for its grain imports on Ukraine. Certain parts of North Africa increased to 90% reliance on imports from Ukraine. And I feel the resolution should have reflected the priorities of this committee more, but that is down to ourselves as MEPs to insist on those priorities. I want to address the question of the question of transformative change against incremental change. The last speaker talked about incremental change. Do the speakers think that the European Union can invest more in food systems? The last speaker from the European Commission, the previous session, made this reference. And we need to create markets. We need to provide scale. We need to provide market insight. We need to provide access to markets, but crucially investment. The European development banks love to invest in big infrastructure projects, but they're not very good at investing in smaller projects that create markets. Access, technology, information about markets, prices, weather. Creating those markets is not a skill that European development banks have at the moment.